We are super busy. I see 42 people in here already. Jeez. What's up, everybody? So I'll wait till I can see it here. There it is. Now we're live. So obviously the verdict came in today. Like I said, I had jumped on for, I don't know, 7-8 minutes and started to talk about what we thought the verdict was. Uh here's what it actually is, and I'll pull it up. They did not, the biggest thing is Ray was not found guilty on Troy's wife or the death of Doughboy. So he faded the two worst of the charges, but they still got him. They still got him on the other stuff. They got him actually in the Rico, which they put in for a mistrial on appeal, because the Rico, what they are saying is, sorry, I'm trying to pull up a little bit of info right here, guys. What the government is saying the Rico had to do with the toy drive. Now, the government didn't say anything about the toy drive until their closing argument. And that's when they tried to say that Ray was involved in an ongoing uh, Rico due to the funds of the toy drive. But as Doc Diesel said, no dirtbag charges, not guilty on that, and not guilty on Doughboy, which he was in prison for, by the way. So what now, here's what they did get him. They got him for intimidating a witness, which is insane because they didn't believe her and convict him of what she says he did to her. But then they turn around and they convict him of intimidating her. That's pretty lame, if you ask me. But that's the least of the charge. They got him on the Rico, the conspiracy to Rico. That's the one that carries up to a life sentence. I believe it is a mandatory life sentence. And they got him on the assault on Troy. Now, they added the enhancement, the Vicar enhancement, which turns basically that from a 20-year sentence to a up to 40-year sentence. So right now they're really getting Ray. They're going to wash him for sure. I believe the sentence will look like 40 to life. That's just speculating. Thank you very much, Eddie. I'm going to call you here. I saw your messages, but all of this has been going on. We talked earlier. Thank you. It is all crazy. They also got Rainman. They convicted Rainman. I don't want to misspeak and have somebody all over me. On the conspiracy to commit murder on Doughboy, which is a 10-year sentence minimum. And then they got him on the Rico, which is a mandatory life sentence when it comes to his record. So basically, they got both of them on life sentences, basically, but not any type of scumbag charges, which is a win. That's a huge win for them, for the club, for Ray personally, because now he's going to hit the yard. Yes, he just got broke off, or he's about to, but he doesn't have to worry about any type of craziness when it comes to the paperwork or any of that. He's not guilty of that. Bucky Burke, they found him not guilty. He walked. He is the only person in this indictment besides Agro. Rest in peace, Agro. Agro was killed in a motorcycle accident, awaiting trial for all of this. Bucky is the only one to walk away and is not going to be sentenced or found guilty in this case. So that's where we're at. Doc, thank you. Thank you for keeping me up to date. I know you went super hard in the paint trying to get the right information because we both came in too late to the verdict to where we I heard personally Bucky was acquitted. Obviously, they were talking about getting Rainman as meds, so they were taking Rainman into custody. So Rainman was obviously found guilty, and Doc was trying his hardest, but everybody was in the courtroom basically, so they couldn't get to him. He couldn't get to me, and so at first we thought it was guilty on all charges, which is a bad day. But then we find out it's a lot better than that. OG Puppet Ghost Riders, what's good? Thank you very much for that. So I personally would think Ray Ray would be a lot better. Thank you for that Cash App too. Uh, Big Weavy, my dude, thank you, bro. I think Ray Ray is at least. I don't know if he'll sleep good tonight, but I'm sure he's going to sleep a lot better tonight, knowing that the two charges that they were trying to ruin him. They were trying to get Ray Ray killed in prison, and that's the truth. And they found him not guilty, which means that the jury coming back in 3 days. Like as soon as I looked at my phone and saw the message, the verdict's in, I was like, oh no, no, they found them all guilty on everything. To come back that fast, you would think, hey, it's guilty. So that's what's going on. I'll get Ray Ray's information, John's information, so people can try to send them letters or money on their books or whatever. Uh, I talked to somebody close to John, uh, messaged, and I think I'm going to do a story on John because John's the one that really, I don't know. I don't know. I feel a closeness with the guy, and I don't know. I just feel like he got the really, really raw end of the deal, and I really don't think John had anything to do with anything they said that he did, and that's garbage. I've talked to many, many members and former members, and everybody loved this guy, and they're like, he's just, it's not that he doesn't have that in him. It's just he wouldn't have let it go down like that. Rainman, yeah, they got Rainman bad, and Rainman has at least one prior conviction, I believe two, one for drugs, one for taxes. They got him on, uh, and that means upward departure when it comes to sentencing time. Each one of these convictions is worth 4 points when it comes to the point system in sentencing. Now, the vicar is going to add another 4 points to Ray Ray. So Ray Ray has got 16 points coming in. Then you start putting together 2 points for every prior conviction. Ray Ray's going to be over 20 points before they even sentence him. And on the Rico is already going to be a mandatory life. So Ray Ray is definitely about to be sentenced to life. And I, it just it's horrible. GT Gibbs, thank you, brother. I'll get a hold of you too. I know we've done a lot. Yeah, Kraft. It's a gnarly day. It's a gnarly day. After hearing, especially the closing, uh, I they're open for appeal. That's for sure. For changing the wording in the sentences or in the charges on the very last day after two defense attorneys had rested their case. Then you change that little and to an or. Just for that, that's automatic. That's going to be the appeal that they go after. But bringing up the toy run as a Rico, as an ongoing source of funneling money to the charter, in the closing arguments was a huge mistake by the prosecutor. And he's going to pay dearly for that because they will get their appeal. And if they get their appeal, if you take Ray Ray and Rainman, what they just got convicted on, and you take the Rico out of it, if they only get appeal for that one charge, now there's no more life sentence. If Ray Ray is also able to get the appeal and get that Vicar taken off from the assault, well, then that takes that down to like a 20-year sentence. And then the intimidating is 10. And if they're running together, then Ray Ray could be out in 20 years. Yes, he will be old, but he will be out. So, years of appeals are coming. Another thing, Doc, I don't know if you watched JR's lawyer just had it out with the judge. Uh, Basically, JR did not stipulate to the being involved in what they call a gang, right? When he took his plea deal, he did not stipulate that there was conspiracy, ongoing conspiracy, and he would not mention Sonoma Charter in any of his sentencing or any of that. Well, the prosecutor, who is the same prosecutor that just did Rainman and Ray Ray in, and did John and them in. Oh, he was hot, bro. Oh, and you could see Jr. was sitting there, and he was trying, but you could tell he was like, "Come on, man, don't blow this for me." So basically, the fight right there, Jr. is supposed to be sentenced on June 8th, but now they're going to have an evidentiary hearing on June 8th because the prosecutor just tried to cross JR on his plea deal. JR's name was brought up in the first trial 500 and something times, and in the second trial 600 times. And for those of you that don't know, JR is also one of the members who is in this that has taken a plea deal. Now the prosecutor is trying to fight to be able to use evidence, new evidence from the second trial in his sentencing hearing. Basically, they just tried to cross JR. What they're trying to do is give him levels. And everything is a level when it comes to the feds. For every crime you've committed, that bumps you up. A level is years. Levels fluctuate. Joey, you would be the one that I would go to when it comes to the level system. But every level is worth anywhere from like 2 to 4 years, right, Joey? Now, if they use evidence that was brought up in the trial, basically he's being tried at his sentencing for a plea deal that he's taken, and it's gnarly. And JR's lawyer caught it, so they had a hearing today. They postponed the sentencing. They're about to go through a whole thing. It's going to be. I'll be on top of that too. I hope that my screen recorder captured all of the hearing today because it was fireworks between JR's lawyer who has he's had so many Hell's Angels as clients that he told the prosecutor today. He said you've been uh, preparing for this trial for 6 years. He goes, I've been doing it for about 15 years, and that shit was dope because he's just like everything you think you know about what's going on. I've been here. I've been a Hell's Angel lawyer for 15 years, basically. So he caught him. He caught the prosecutor trying to play slimy fucking games, and that's never good either. So that's where we're at when it comes to them. Bucky is, like I said, the only man that stood tall and is walking away from this. Bucky, if you ever watch any of this, kudos to you, bro. You really, really, you put your ass on the line to do the right thing and stand up next to your brothers and not fold and not take a plea deal. None of that, bro. You just said I'm a stand next to the two dudes that are my brothers, and you won, and you won, and that's crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, they tried to pull it over on him. It was insane. So now I'm waiting for. I think Merle is yet to be sentenced, and Jr. There's a couple, and I'm just. It's been a crazy day. Guidelines don't matter when you have a Mando life. Yeah, okay. Well, then I see. But what happens if, as for the Rico, it's going to be a mandatory life? That's what they gave John John. That's what they gave Brian and Rusty, right? I'm pretty sure. Did they get 20 or did they get life? John John had never been convicted. He had been. Merle's will be a little bit. Yeah, yeah. So John John, they tried to get him on a fight in 2010. He was acquitted in that trial. They wouldn't even allow that to be introduced into this trial, that he had already been on trial for a Rico and beat it, or any of that. Like they don't want the jury to hear that men can beat Ricos. Well, okay, let me read that again. So when they add the conspiracy to murder, well, uh, Ray was not convicted on the conspiracy to murder. So then he's looking at a 20-year sentence on the. See, we're trying to figure it out together right now. So then he's facing 20 years on that, not life, but there's still the vicar, which is going to be the biggest issue for him then. He was found not guilty, not hung, jury, or none of that. He was found not guilty on T's wife, that charge, which tells me that they didn't believe anything that they heard up there. But obviously, you got pictures of dicks on faces and stuff. Like, it's hard to beat the one with T. Yeah, Vicar, Visar. I don't. You're from New York. I'm from Vegas. Vicar. Yeah, the violent aid and or violent crime and aid of racketeering. Yeah, whatever it is. That they put that on the front of the charge. Vicar. Nailed it. Don't be, don't be, don't be that guy, Joey. All right. So then they didn't get him on the conspiracy to commit murder, which they shouldn't have. He was sitting in fucking prison at the time. Like, I can't think of a worse situation. You're home for 5 weeks. You're home for 5 weeks, and now you're facing life. Like, you didn't even get to really eat at your favorite taco stand 3 times before that. That's insane. So, like I said, I'm in touch with obviously people close to Ray, and then now close to John. And John John's the one. Like I said, I'm gonna tear down John John's entire uh, case. I'm gonna tear it apart and just piece by piece, just lay it out there, because he didn't. First of all, if anything happened to Doughboy, John John wouldn't have made that call. He wouldn't have done that to his own bro. I don't know. From everything I'm hearing from everybody, John John wouldn't have done that. So that's a pretty shitty situation too. Plus JoJo. Oh, if anybody out there has pictures of JoJo, please send them to me. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna remake that biggest scumbags. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and remake that video. We're gonna change number one out real quick for sure. Yeah, do a little switcheroo. Go ahead and put the top scumbags up there. Couple of gentlemen from this case. One of them that just got how you gonna sleep with a dude's wife for a year and then get him a life sentence when he beats your ass? That's what I want to know. This world is going to hell, man. I blame Budweiser for stuff like this. This is crazy. Am I sitting down with Chuck? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I mean, shit. Who? Oh, almost missed that. Mark, bro. Thank you, Mark. I can't even tell you guys how much stuff like that helps. Uh, for real, the other night when people were sending uh, Cash App donations to me, I had $1 in my bank account when that happened. Everybody, they lit it up, man. They made it good. And now I got to give Todd like $5. Oh, man. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. So that's what happened today. And then I went on Marco. I went on his channel. He reached out to me. He's like, hey, you seem to know a lot more about this. You mind coming over? And I like talking to the dude. He was cool. Yeah, I got my phone on silent right now, but hell yeah, bro. I yeah, I need to talk to you because I need to know how Ray Ray's doing about all this too. Oh, it's 12. I owe you $12. My bad. My bad, bro. It's in the mail. Yeah. Hey, I like talking to him too. That was a real easy conversation right there. The dude was cool as hell to talk to. Definitely somebody where I mean, he's living that life, you know. I don't want to put his business out on the street, but we're talking about the other clubs that aren't these, top 5 or 6 clubs are the ones to join and all that. And from what's, been put out on Insane Throttle and Marco's channel, like that's where they're at. That's the life. Man, hey, the snitches in this one. I'm gonna do a whole video on JoJo. Um, he's the reason. JoJo is the reason that these men got convicted because obviously the jury did not believe Troy's wife because they didn't convict on anything that she was up there for, right? So it's all on JoJo. It's all his testimony that got these men all their life sentences. That's raunchy. That's foul. But now I can move on. Kel, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Now I can move on to the Gypsy Jokers. Uh, Tomorrow night, I'm hoping to have Rob on, and we're going to talk about the other clubs, like the kind of clubs that I would personally look to join. Hey, for sure. I mean, we're going to revisit this obviously around sentencing. I'm going to do the John story. Uh, I feel like I've talked enough about Ray. Mario, brother, I thank you for the Cash App too, bro. That's a beast move. But I'm glad he didn't get convicted on the scumbag charge. After finding out through testimony, it would have been cool if they hadn't have gotten him on the Rico too. Little 10-year sentence for molly whopping a dude you caught with your wife. Ray Ray would have done that just fine. But so Rainman, He got convicted on both. He got the conspiracy to commit murder for racketeering and the conspiracy to racketeering. So if Joey's correct, which I believe that's the dude I'm going to ask, then Rainman's going to get a life sentence. I hope that I can record the whole thing because we just found that out. Sterling, you're crazy, bro. Robles, man, I'm telling you. So, what else do we got going on? JR, that's going to be gnarly. That's going to be fireworks. I can't wait. I can't wait to show you guys. After I'm done here, I have a couple of friends that'll be live, so I'll be over on my friends' lives. But I'm going to be in the background listening to make sure that it captured the audio because I know it captured the video. And I don't know, maybe I'll put that up on a little short video or something and show the fireworks. Today were crazy. That judge was heated. He was heated. I ain't seen a lawyer go after a judge like that in a minute. Who's banned from what? Based Afro? No, you're here. We can see you, bud. What's up, Rob? Big Rob? Is that what we're calling you now? Where's little Rob? There he is. See? So, for Rob that everybody met, bro, I got so many questions people have for you in the comments about this club or that club. You set the internet on fire when you came in talking about other clubs. They're like, tell us more, which is perfect because I want to know more. He said, oh yeah, there's a couple of hitters that come around. That's a fact. We ain't ever gonna get Big Rob to come on here though. He's too pinky out be coming on the damn interweb. Um for my Rob too. I'm gonna shoot you somebody's info, a number. If you want to call them, then call them. Uh, they live in your area, and I don't know, something funky happened at a bike show, and the guy was asking if he could have you contact him because like he needs advice on how he should move from I don't know from something happening, that type of deal, and in that faction. There you go. Rest in peace, Donnie P. I'm gonna do some stuff on them too. I'm trying to. Everybody keeps calling me out saying that I'm heavy on the Hell's Angel stuff. So I gotta. What's up? What's up? High Desert Cali in the house. See this High Desert Nevada. Same difference. Anyway, I'm gonna do the Gypsy Jokers, and then me and Rob are gonna talk about some of the other clubs. Maybe he can steer me in, the right direction. And there's a lot going on too. Did you see? Was it in Georgia? They attacked him on Mother's Day. That's some craziness right there. You go shooting up the clubhouse on a Mother's Day and shit. What's up, Goat? Craft Butcher? Me and Craft are gonna start our own club. Oh, Charles Falco? I don't know. That shit's so played out. Like, and I already have a good snitch that I can go after right now with JoJo. So I'm gonna turn him into Charles Falco. Get on the stand, tell a bunch of lies. Oh, I got to do a spread video. So everybody's been asking about that too. I mean, how many spread videos can you see on the internet though? Like everybody gets their meat chub, everybody gets a little spicy pickle, dumps a little bit of juice in there. Some men like throw a little mustard in there. You get your tapatio. We call it hoi fong. It's all about how you let it blow up though. When you ain't got no microwave, you gotta put it under the pillow. And then when you turn your pillow over in the middle of the night, smell like hoi fong. Oh no, 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 no! All of them. Even what's his name, Tony Tate. Like that. I try and bring stuff that people haven't heard about. Like that's where it's at. Or even if people have, like I try and I try and have stuff. Wesley Mitchell, thank you for the cash out, brother. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, that's 13 Robles. But I don't like to talk so much about. I don't know. I went after Jabbers, but I went after Jabbers basically telling the story of Jethro and Steve Towson and little Stevie Ruiz. He just happened to be a byproduct of a story I was telling. I don't know. What do you guys want to see next? Obviously, Gypsy Jokers. I'm halfway through, and I have all the interrogation videos and all that. But he's in good spirits. Just talked to him. Hey, tell him congratulations on beating the two that really, really, really mattered. Oh, I bet he heard not guilty on that one, and he probably just sat down. It's like, cool. I don't even care what the rest says. You didn't get me on the bullshit. Boy, he got set up. Can you imagine? Oh, but like we said, karma's a motherfucker. You can't be doing people dirty like that. And that's the dirtiest of the dirty. You literally had somebody get on the stand and call you the one thing you can't be called. Small club history for sure. Rob, what are you doing right now, bro? I could shut this live down and we can go live if you're not. It's only 11, and we can talk about sundowners for sure. I want to hear about them, and maybe galloping goose and stuff. James Hubbard, day oneer. Karma is, yeah, yes. The Pobobs. Listen, there is not a patch out there that is that is better looking than the Pobobs Nevada patch. And I'll say if you want to call me on it, I'll send it to your ass. That is the baddest looking patch. What's up, girl? How you doing? We got Martha, Herb Dizzy. Yeah. Yeah, the Pobobs, bro. That patch is so sick. Ugh. There you go. I'm waiting on Rob. What's he doing? Hey, I'm telling you, listen, uh, I haven't seen a sicker patch for sure. Yeah, motorcycle clubs are not street gangs. That is a fact. That's 100%. What do you mean no? That's a bad. Hey, I'll text you the Nevada Pobobs. Telling you right now, bro. It's a skull with the rebel flag in the eyeballs, bro. It's next level. Congratulations. What's up, Richie Poe? 410, little brother. I see you up in here today. Yeah, today's verdict was completely stupid, and it was unnecessary. It was bullshit. Uh, at the end of the day, these men are one's getting life. Well, that didn't have to do with Troy. Ray is about to face down at least the next 20 years in federal prison because he got out of prison, found out that somebody close to him was getting with his girl, and he beat him up for it. That's 20 years in prison. Some states, you could have whacked them both. And not just that, with Vicar on the front of that, that charge actually carries more time than the conspiracy to commit murder on its own would. Conspiracy to commit murder is 10 years minimum in the feds. And that's what they got them on for the Doughboy thing. They didn't get them on murder, but they got them on conspiracy. I I feel like he'd have got less time had he just offed Troy. I'm not going to say that that's the way to do it. I'm just looking at how stupid the Fed sentencing shit is. Yeah. Yeah, it's all bad. The upper room. Oh, come on, Roble. Roble? Roble? Is it French? A wolf? A man head? I, I, don't- I hey, I'm gonna send you the Po Bob's Nevada too. I don't know if it's just the Po. I've seen other Po Bob patches, and they're not nearly as slick as the one I saw for the Nevada patch. It was gross. I've kept it. I've kept it. Like it's something. If it wasn't on a motorcycle, if it wasn't a motorcycle club's patch or logo, it's something I would put on my body. It's that sick. Let's see. Hey, I mean something like that based for sure. Yeah, send me that pic for sure. It is. It is, goat. It's the one for me, dude. Like I don't know. Boy, we got them going. Want me to make you a shirt for the new channel? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Martha. 100%. 20 years. Imagine this, guys. Imagine you're a beast, right? Ray. You get out, everything's all saucy. You're good to go. You get told some foul stuff. You go ahead and do what you do best. But he didn't even take it too far. It's not like he put the beating of a lifetime on this guy. You know, like he was able to walk out of there, and now you're facing 20 years. And they've held him for what, the last 6 years? So he's almost half. Well, he's a third of the way through his sentence if he can keep it at 20 years. You guys should have seen the verdict in the first trial. They convicted all of those men on every charge, and the judge even goes, on all charges? Like, even the judge saw gnarly. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see how this goes. Stop butchering it. Uh oh. Oh, okay. I bet that's all that voicemail says, too. I bet there's no extra on it at all. I'm getting cussed out on my voicemail right now. It's Robles. That's how I read it. Yeah, see, I'll put it up. I don't think the Pobobs be too mad at me. I'll put a picture of it up on my community page too, because it's slick. Or I'll put it in a video. That way, if it gets flagged, they'll just take it down. I'm hoping. Uh, I'm gonna write most of the guys involved in this. You know, just fucking let them know that they got a little bit of support, and it's not because they're Hell's Angels. Because that was another thing. People are like, "Oh my god, you're on the 81's nuts." Like, have you heard the way I talk about people? Like, you couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm the guy that's telling you, hey, don't join one of these big clubs. Join one of the better ones. I'm the guy who's saying, well, I can't shit on Rizzo no more because his lawyers just got like all the Rico stuff thrown out, and they're geared up to go to trial. All obviously, James Hubbard, bro, that's huge. I can't thank you enough for that cash out, bro. Jeez, bro, stop me mid sentence. Anyway, got all the Rico, bro, got all the Rico thrown out. Yeah, no, he's 100. Hey, the first time I ever spoke on Rizzo was saying a guy from Vegas saying, damn, bro, like broad daylight in front of everybody on the freeway. Bro, like what the fuck? But I mean, his lawyers are taking care of it. And if they can keep anybody from testifying when it comes to I you know, I don't know. I don't know. I've heard where we all heard Rob say, I believe it was Cisco took the paperwork from Laughlin down to the Mongols clubhouse and gave them what they had on the case to help them. Even though they battled each other, they're still helping each other when it comes to fighting the law. And I would hope that it's going to be the same way between the Vagos and the Hells Angels in Las Vegas in the Rizzo case. Because the only thing that can really hurt Rizzo is if any Vagos or any of that get on the stand. But that was a broad daylight. Ugh. But at the same time, that footage does not show. All you hear is popping sounds. So you don't know who's doing what. You don't know if they come riding up and somebody pops at them. Like nobody really knows. We're just speculating. And a lot of that has to do with the media. They put it in everybody's heads. Just got off the phone with John. He said for his family and friends to keep their heads up and it's not over. Tracy, I am like I already told you, I am going to just tear apart John's entire case so that everybody and I'm gonna need your help too. You know, that's a fact. I'll be getting. I left my phone number for you to call me tomorrow, obviously, because I have all this going on tonight. And John's the one. It just I don't know why. I really can't call it, but it just really hurts my feelings when it comes to John and Rusty, for sure. You know, like the dude's about it, but at the same time, it's like I don't know, man. Like he got a bad shake out of this, you know. And I won't say. I told Tracy what I think his downfall is. I haven't looked at the email since, so I'll check it after I get off the live here in a bit. But tell your brother to keep his head up. And there's people out here that actually give a shit. And I'm gonna tear apart every bit of what I can't believe they got them on all charges. Rusty is 70 years old. And Rusty's sister came on here and she says that he's in good spirits too. You know, he likes to read. I'm gonna put his info up on my community page because he reads and you can send books. You just have to do it the proper way. But this man is 70 years old and just got 20 years. And gnarly, gnarly. And you can't believe how the government acts. It's insane. That's why I'm going to start trying to record it so that everybody can see for themselves how the government acts when it comes to these cases, the dirtbag stuff that they do. And today I was on the phone with Doc. Doc, I watched every single one of those proceedings that had nothing to do with any of this, just other people waiting for JRs. And it took what? It was like an hour and a half in, and it was a 45-minute hearing. Uh, it was nuts. The government's playing dirty pool though. They're playing dirty tricks, and they're trying to trip JR up and get him hung out to dry when he took a plea deal that was, I believe, supposed to be 52 months. But the government is going to try and probably double that when it comes to hanging him out there. Yes, free John John. Absolutely free John John and Rusty, you know. Uh Brian, I mean from the people that I take their opinion that know Brian, they all say that Brian is a legit good stand-up dude. But the way that they hold John John in regard, and for all accounts, Rusty was just a a, a good solid brother, obviously, but he liked to drink and party and all that. But uh, I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. John John had to clean up Ray Ray's mess, and that's a fact. And that's not hating on Ray. It's just Ray is that dude. He's on go mode, right? Now, when everything would get clear, then you have John John having to put it all back together, hold it all back together, and start it over again. Steve Cook, huh? Uh oh. Rob, you ready to get up here? So you got to feel bad for him. And now he's caught up in all this shit because of JoJo. Like, John John's 20 years from JoJo. Barry is a shade. All right. There's a few. Uh, Kudos to Bucky. Bucky's going to be, he needs to have his chest out, you know? He needs to have his chest out. He's going to show up. I bet he is partying right now. I can't even imagine. I would be so twisted by now if I was standing in a Rico case and I just got acquitted. It'd start with a barbecue. It'd end with me, face down in the lawn for sure. I would party. Ugh. Yeah, Joe. It, it was fucked up, but it could have gone way worse. It could have gone so much worse. Because now Ray Ray's just going to go and he's going to run whatever yard he's on, and he's going to be able to be who he is. You know what I'm saying? Had they got him on Troy's wife, and they got him on Doughboys, disappearance, then it'd have been a lot gloomier of a day for sure. Hey, the expert witnesses, they got torn the hell apart. Yeah, Tracy. JoJo, I don't even know how they believed JoJo because JoJo had charges against him. Yes, happy for Bucky, elated for Bucky. But JoJo had charges against him when he decided that he needed to come clean to the feds. It's not like he just showed up and walked in and said, "Hey, man, I can't do this no more. There's some stuff you need to know." None of that. It's, "Hey, what kind of deal can I get if I give you information on this, or this?" Are you kidding me? That's not ever going to be a believable witness in my book. And then, just like you said, Tracy, uh, I know Troy's wife got $23,000 to testify in this case. Troy got $5,000 to testify in this case. And he got to keep 100 pounds of his weed, which the government said was $100,000 worth of weed. But it just, I guess, it depends on who you're getting it off to. But so, all told, that's almost $130,000 worth of cash and incentive to testify in this case. It's insane. Against a guy who tattooed a dick on your face. If you're being honest and real about it, like that's exactly how that went down. And then JoJo, who would have gotten a life sentence for the charges he was in on, he's just going to walk. And these two dudes have come in, manipulated the system, basically gotten paid off of it, and sent all these men away on their way out the door. That's filthy. That's filthy. Yes, absolutely. All right, catch up on these comments real quick. Rob, I tried to tell you to get Cash App. Cash App is the new way to go, bro. You can send people money, or people can send you money. It's instant. It's like PayPal, but way better. Yeah, Joey. And that's it right there. Like all these people that had all this to gain, it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to get paid to testify against somebody, and you shouldn't be getting favor from the government to testify against somebody. It's it's gross. And this little weasel of a prosecutor, I like you hear him talking. Is Barry? Yeah, you hear him talking, and you're just like, oh, I really don't like this guy. But yeah, Terry, I'll be back. I'll take your money. But now I finally saw his face, and it was way worse. I wish I would have never even watched JR's thing today because this little weasel is just playing the dirtiest of dirty, and he's doing it with people's lives. It's nuts. Rico is unconstitutional. You should never be able to face a life sentence for a murder that happened while you were in prison. That's what happened to Ray Ray. He was in prison. He still just had to fade that and fight that. And even his lawyers were like, "Well, we don't have to say much when it comes to this charge because He was in he was in prison at the time. It's nuts. The Cash App banner. Oh, I'm on YouTube Live. I don't think I can put that up. It doesn't scroll. That's on StreamYard. I don't know. It's all new to me putting it up there right now. I've always told all of my friends that do YouTube to have their scrolling, and I never put mine up, and I don't know why, but now I'm starting to for sure because it's a lot. It's a it's you would think making a video is an easy thing. It really isn't. It's a lot of work. These lives are the easiest thing for me to do, and really the really easiest things for me to do is just to get up and talk to good dudes like Rob and Pee Wee and Angelo and BA, you know, guys like that. Mooch, who I'm gonna try and have Mooch back on too. You know, I I love talking to him, but I should have called him on the phone and chopped it up with him before we did the interview. That way, I kind of had more of a closeness to him. There, there. We'll pin that message. There you go. And I think it would have come out way better. So, did you say convicted on conspiracy to commit murder? No, Ray Ray was not convicted of the conspiracy to commit murder. And okay, for them to even get him on conspiracy, you would have to have what? If he's in prison and you want to get him on conspiracy to commit murder in a Rico, you would have to get him writing a letter, which, like Rob said, you could say, "Hey, I'm bringing potato salad to the barbecue," and they'll turn that into being a code of some sort. But you would have to have a letter or a phone call or a jailhouse snitch, which the government absolutely would have jumped on. Like they didn't have any of that. They didn't have any of that. And I'm pretty sure that the reason he wasn't convicted for Troy's wife is there was no DNA evidence. Like that's a pretty damning thing right there when when you're saying somebody did something like that. But I mean, I don't know. And you never want to say that somebody's a liar or any of that, but she she proved herself to be a liar many times, denying that she had come on to Ray Ray, but then the emails came out that she had uh, text and phone stuff like that. I mean, if you want to bury a dude that you all of a sudden hate in life, what's the best way to do it? I mean, that's a pretty rough way to do it right there. They shot their shot. I still don't like it. I mean, I guess I get it with Troy though. He he did. He beat him up. Not bad, but he beat him up. And they didn't get him on the robbery either. I mean, that goes to tell you that they did not believe Troy or his wife because the robbery in this was them going to Troy's house to collect the club gear. It all comes down to JoJo. Let me get some more Dr. Pepper here, people. Oh. So I don't know. My advice to you, if you're ever caught in this situation, you come home, you've been home for a couple of weeks, and you find out that your club brother's done that with your girl. Seems like the sentencing guidelines are a lot better if you just go ahead and handle that right there on the spot. I don't know. That's insanity. Oh man, potato salad, code for jazz cabbage. Exactly. I forgot about that. Mm, 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 mm. One day I'm gonna buy stock. Yeah, yeah. This is just from my phone, and you're welcome up here anytime too. Uh, by far, I've never had somebody come at me so hard, and completely change my mind as fast as I have you, Doc. That's 100%. And you did it the right way. You did it the perfect way. Like, hey, just hear this and then listen to this. You know, it wasn't on some, fuck you and your dead homies type shit. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you because without you, I'd have been screaming to the heavens about Ray being a piece of shit. And that's not right. That's not right at all. That's a horrible feeling too. you know, Adding on to this dude, he's already going through it, feeling the blues. And now he's got some schmuck on the internet talking about he's garbage. Oh, hey, fuck, man. Like I said, we'll write him a letter. Maybe put some money on his books every now and then. I'm sure that video will start making some money, and I'll just take half of that and put it on his books or him and John John's. Because anybody who's done time, you already know having money in there is the difference. Oh, something I asked for earlier? Damn it, I want to look so bad. Yeah, I'm on my phone. Damn it. You're going to make me listen. If I go out of this, if I toggle the screen and I go look, I could come back and there'd be no microphone. It's crazy. Way better than Bud Light, allegedly. Not even allegedly. That's 100%. I saw it in Encyclopedia Britannica. Oh, come on with that strawberries and cream bullshit too. All right, what else we got? Boy, everybody's on that Dr. Pepper, huh? You can only spend 360, really? So stores what? 8, well, 80. That's garbage. But that's on food, right? That doesn't have anything to do with hygiene or clothing, right? I think it was 80 in high desert when I was there last too. Yeah. Only 500 minutes? Boy, the feds are garbage. They would just charge us out the ass in Nevada. That's it. It'd be like $2 a minute or something, and just they'd get you that way. I have to sit there and say your name 14 different times. I don't, yeah, I think, do the feds still take packages too, Joey? I'm pretty, well, they got the prepackaged packages now. You used to be able to send your dude like shoes and all that kind of stuff. Like we used to get jeans, we get the good meat chubs, not these little cheese and meat sticks, but the actual like Hillshire Farms meat chubs. Bro, those were the no packages at all. See, that's garbage. The feds is shit. The food's better from what I hear, but that ain't worth it. Plus, you can't even have a TV in your room. Bro, if I can't have a TV in the house and then everybody's got their own chair in the TV rooms, from what I've heard, that's garbage. What's up, Sancal? Everything comes off commissary. Wow. So So his first trip to the store is just going to be hygiene alone, and I bet the prices are way higher than they were the last time I was locked up for sure. I bet a case of soups is, God, what, $6, $7 by now? Yeah, bro, that's horrible. Gouda Gristo, ain't seen you in a minute. What's up, 209? Mr. Diddy, I see you up in here too. Aspirin, $20 in the county. Listen, you just go ahead but they've done away with that too. Now that it's all Suboxone. I heard they're giving Suboxone even for pain in the feds. Just a rumor that I heard. I'm not 100% on stuff like that. My little brought to you by On. That's how you quit smoking right there. 35 years of smoking. Hey, Lilith Morningstar, what's going on? Oh, Keefy? No. See, I didn't buy that Keefy. I don't want that yellow shit. I sprung for it. I got the Folgers. That was my thing. And then they sell the little bags of cappuccino too. Yeah. Yeah, I was pinky out when it came to my coffee game. Yeah, I'd spend $80 on just coffee. I'd I'd blow the whole wad on coffee because you could trade coffee for whatever else you want. If you get locked down, you're gonna want that coffee. Has he called Tom yet? Oh, must not be talking to me. No, I don't. Yeah, it was time to smoke. That's why I put that in there. I quit smoking. Finally. I haven't had a cigarette in like 2 months. Yeah, I don't know. Tried the nicotine pouch but couldn't keep it lit. Hey, were you ever locked up in there, Joey, with anybody that tried to smoke the tea? Like literally tea? Get the tea bags, roll it up, pop the socket. I'm not gonna say I've seen it, but I've seen it. Ugh. Joey, what's your best guess on Ray Ray? On how much time they're gonna give him? On a They got him on the Rico, they got him on intimidating a witness, and they got him on the Vicar uh, assault. And he has a record. Everybody knows he has a record. And he was on federal probation when it happened. Man, that's rough. You hate to see it, man. You hate to see him go down like that. Rico alone, 25 to life? No, I think it's 20. I'm not 100%. Uh, I have to go look it back up. There's so much information has been coming through today when it comes to who did what, how much time they're going to get. This judge, you just don't even know which way he's going to go. But I saw him. There was this lady was like 80 years old, and she must have ran some sort of a, a business that dealt with uh, money wiring, and she was wiring dope money to wherever, and she would make $5 every time she wired it, and she knew that it was dirty money, and they got her on money laundering, And like they were fighting to give that woman like 16 months today. And the judge almost considered it. And when I saw that, I was like, this judge just almost considered giving, she just had like open heart surgery. And he literally was considering giving her 16 months in prison for making $5 to send money. And not just that, they said that she had all told sent $30,000, $33,000, uh, $1,000 at a time, basically. And she made $5 off of each. Her restitution is $33,000. That wasn't even her money she was sending, but the judge broke her ass off and is making her pay it. When I saw that, I was like, oh man, ugh. What's up, Joe Blow? I quit. I quit smoking. Yeah, get the likes up for sure. Bible papers. Mm-hmm. Listen, the Bible has all those extra papers in the front and the back. So it's not like you're smoking John 3:16. I mean, some are, but I mean, it's just empty pages in the front and the back. Just saying. It happens. Yeah, for money laundering. 16 months, $33,000 wasn't even her money. She was just a lady who had the business that they were funneling it through. And they were literally paying this woman $5 every time. So even if she did it 30 times at $1,000 a pop, you know, what's that? It's nothing. It's $150. Lady almost got 16 months. She looked like death. She did. She looked like she was just ready to fall over. And she wouldn't shut up when the judge gave her probation either. It was sad, but it was funny. I don't know. Don't be a quitter. Hey, man, listen, I had to. I couldn't do it anymore. You know, it's actually kind of a freedom, right? Because I'll drive around with my daughter all the time, and we'll drive for a couple of hours. I got to get out. I'll pull over at a gas station just to have a cigarette. Like that's boo boo. So I quit. Now I just pop one or two of these. It does the job. Hey, yeah, yeah. And then there was another guy. Look, I'm putting everybody's business in the streets that I saw. Another guy had been on federal probation for 10 years, only messed up twice. He's 5 months from being done with his federal probation, but he got arrested on a DUI a month ago. He was asking to be taken off of federal probation after 9.5 years of it and only being in trouble twice. And the judge was like, how about I take 2 months off of that if you don't get in trouble for the next three? Like this, I don't know. This judge is kind of a dick. And when he yelled at JR's lawyer today, he he was talking to himself and everything. That lawyer had him talking to himself as a judge. Like he had to pull his own man card back out of it. He was like, "You don't tell me, I tell you. This is my court." Like he had to keep reassuring himself that he was the authority because that old lawyer he must have been around when law started, you know, old as hell. He went in there and told the judge, "Hey, my wife planned a vacation when this hearing is supposed to be done. You're basically going to get me divorced if I have to be here on that date." That was the gist of what he had to tell him. Oh, can you imagine that? I'm telling a judge, "Look, Your Honor, my wife, I can't do this. I can't do this no more. She's gonna. She's gonna do me in. Here we go. Unless it's for multiple sentences. Let's see. Federal probation. Oh. Well, hey, I don't know the guy. He was just happened to be ahead of JR when I was because I'm like, I'm into this case so much. I want to know what's happening with everybody. I'm really wanting to know what's going on in Merle's. Like, I'm trying to check that out. But the feds are dirty enough that they will give someone like Merle 3 years and know that it'll make Merle look bad because according to what they have, they said that Merle allegedly is the one who had the connection when it came to the mortuary and the cremation. So that's an intricate part. Integral. Don't say words you can't understand, Rick. That's a big part of this case, right? And and they gave him a pretty good deal. I mean, he didn't testify. That's 100%. His name's not on any of it except for like the indictment parts. But it's like shit, man. The world's a strange place. They got one guy standing trial for giving the old banger sign to somebody he sees in his rearview mirror. But then they give a deal to another guy who they say disposed of the bodies. It's crazy. It's crazy. And they'll do that. They'll do that knowing if we can't get you one way, we'll get you the other way. We'll make you look bad. We'll make your own brothers think twice about you. It's integral. See? Sentencing. Doc, are you still in here? You got any word on when sentencing is? It wasn't on the judge's agenda by the end of today. So I'm thinking, yeah, it is all guidelines, but the guidelines do not stack up very well when it comes to prior record, affiliations, you know, victim statements, and then what is it? A downward departure in points. You get 2 points off for basically telling the world that you're sorry for what you did. I did it. I'm sorry. That ain't happening in this case. So none of that matters. Okay. Well, then, good. Well, obviously, some of it matters, though. Club affiliation matters for sure. Yeah, 2 points for taking a plea and, you know, jobbing up the judge and saying how sorry you are. Weird. They gave that woman 2 points today. They dropped 2 points off for her. I don't remember the term that they use, but basically for her admitting that she knew she was wrong and she was sorry. John, thank you. Thank you very much for that cash app, brother. Yeah, your sentencing though, I mean, your case, man, that's a different. Very rarely do you see people go away like you did, involved in what you were involved in, and stand tall with the rest of them. You know, not many, not many up and comers do that. So, but I mean, if anybody knows, because I think you're the only person in this chat that I talk to that I know for a fact has been convicted in a federal RICO. So you're my expert when I phone a friend on who wants to be a millionaire. I'm feeling it's 20 years. Hey, do they stack them? Also, Joey, can they run him wild? Can they run him bow legged in the feds? Who was who was that? I don't know. Oh, just somebody in the chat. If you guys see me talking to people in the chat, it's just people that are, big parts of all of this. Snitching is the new black. Takashi made that shit cool, and it's gnarly. It depends. I mean, they didn't stack the first. Uh, the judge didn't stack John, Rusty, and Brian. I don't know, bro. Yeah, it'll never be cool. 100%. Unless it's a mandatory thing. Well, I mean, Bagger, Tom, all day, all day. Chopper would have been cool 20 years ago for me. I just want to be comfortable, super comfortable. I want to be on, you know, Cadillac, Road Glide. I just want to, I just, I don't want to feel every bump anymore. Bam. You hear from him? Oh man. Hey, Takashi, yeah, listen. It's gonna get worse too. It's gonna get way worse. Like they see people that are snitching and then they're coming out and they still got love from people. Like they're making it so okay that people feel like I can just tell and you know and I'll still be okay. Like it doesn't work like that. When he yelled at Rainman's, listen, that judge loses his temper and it's almost like little man syndrome. Like he gets so frustrated, like he has to prove himself to these world class lawyers. Basically, you're not going to tell me how to run. This is my courtroom. Calm down. Calm down. Sentencing for John is July. Um, I didn't see. Oh no, they only go to the end of June on his docket right now. That's why. For Ray, it's going to be a lot different because he has spent all this time since they got arrested. He's been locked up. So, I mean, he's going to have a nice chunk of it already spent. But guilty by association. Hey, you're not lying, Lloyd. You're not lying even a little bit, bro. That's what Rico is. That's what it's all about right there. And what they've done is they perverted that law and they've turned it into bullshit where anytime three or more people get together and do something and they do it under the guise of they're a group, it's happening with prison gangs, biker clubs, the mob, which is where it first came from, and they've taken it to where a guy can't drive down the street, see somebody that he knows is testifying against his people, and make a little gesture and not end up in a RICO case. You know, it's insane. Like never in the history of the world should that put you into a RICO trial to where somebody like Bucky is fighting for his life or some of his life for a hand gesture. It's insane. They hit a bunch. Oh, John saves Troy's life and still gets caught up. Yeah, yeah, that's 100%. That is 100% right there, and that's why. And you hear Troy tell it. He says that he was with a banger. That's why when I was telling it, I said he gave him some chin music. You know, uh, it's little stuff like that. Like at first, Troy's story was, well, he was in a motorcycle accident. Okay, that's the story you're supposed to go with, Troy. Keep up the good work, right? Then it was, no, I was attacked by a baseball bat, right? Well, then the feds start getting involved, and that's when they start talking about he was pistol whipped. Why do you think? Because that Vicar can't be on the front of that charge if it's a baseball bat or if it's fists. That is specific. It needs to be a firearm. All of a sudden, they changed the story. That's dirtbag shit right there. And they pay them 23,000, 5,000, and let them keep $100,000 worth of their own weed. And they get on the stand, and then they start to testify, and it all starts to fall apart. And the jury does not believe them. The only reason they convicted on Troy is because the tattoo. I think I have to think that that has to be it. That's all that makes sense to me because they didn't believe anything else. They didn't believe Troy's wife. I don't know. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts to see how this judge. I'm going to start watching the sentencing uh, on days that I can catch it. Like I have the judge's entire program, so I'll know when to go on and watch. And I'm going to see what type of judge this dude is in sentencing people. And by the time it comes around July, I'm feeling I'm feeling like JR will probably be around the same time, June, July. Well, definitely July, because June is an evidentiary hearing, and it sounds like they're about to have a 10-day mini trial, is what they called it, for an evidentiary hearing. Say that three times fast on JR just for his sentencing. He took a plea deal, but I'm telling you, they tried to fuck JR over and add in the Sonoma Charter into his sentencing is basically what it is. When he won't admit that, of course, he's not going to say that he's a part of anything. Like that's the point. Yeah, and then I mean it's all. I can't believe they mentioned JR's name 600 and I think 45 times, 47 times, something like that is what the lawyer said today in just the second trial alone. JR is not on trial. He took a plea deal. He should be going for sentencing. And now this judge has sat back and 640 something times heard JR's name brought up. That's dirty. No, I think he had it lasered off, but there's still remnants of it. And that sucks too because I was all in. I was all in for Troy. Like I thought there was a big miscarriage of justice that happened. I really thought that they did Troy wrong, and I thought it was over the daughter. And then slowly but surely, it came out, and it was just like, fuck me, I bought that. I bought it. It was a good story. Piece of shit that Troy went after. Yeah, yeah. Ray is definitely the only reason Ray is here is because of Troy's actions. That's 100%. You know, that's and I can't even tell you why Rainman. Besides JoJo, if you don't have JoJo snitching ass up there lying, then Rainman wouldn't have even been charged. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. I'll have to minority. I'll get back to you on that one, but I believe it was. I, I know. I want to say it was somewhere in the 48 to 52 month range. Uh, so conspiracy to something. I'm sure, not conspiracy to Rico, but conspiracy to assault or something like just something that they could give him to 52 months. They let him go one time, yeah. See, can't be letting that dude listen. I talked to him the other night. He told me all about myself. He didn't do it like an asshole, but he was like, "Yeah, you really fucked that one up, didn't you? Go on and tell the world about it." He said, "I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but every time you've messed up, you've already come out and said it. So probably owe Ray Ray a little apology for calling him the biggest scumbag of all time." That's true, And then I don't know. It's a crazy thing. You talked to Rainman at the trial. They got him on too, but they got him on the wrong two, man. They got him on the conspiracy to commit murder and aid of racketeering and conspiracy to racketeering, which is that's a nasty little duo. And Joey even said that's how they give out mandatory life sentences right there. And the fact that they didn't even let him go. They didn't let him go home today. They took him into custody today. Where's he going to go? I mean, usually they let people take care of their affairs, but I'm guessing he probably had his affairs in order before he walked through the courtroom today. But at the same time, man, I can't I can't tell you how bad I feel for his family that had to sit there and just is an empty feeling that came with that. Right, right. It doesn't make any sense because it is. It's a 10 and a 20. If you stacked them, it's 30, but somehow they get a mandatory life out of it. It's just dirty. And I hate to say it, but that's probably what's going to happen in the first trial too, because all of them got both of those charges, got convicted. I don't know how. I don't know how they got them on all of them, but they did. And the appeals really stack up good for the second trial. The first trial, there's a few things that you know that went on. There's open for appeal everywhere, but the second trial was just full of moments where you're like, how many times, Doc, were we messaging each other, going, oh, they just messed up big time. They're going to appeal on that. They're going to appeal on this. Like probably 3 or 4 times while we were listening to the trial. It's nuts. All right, I'm getting pretty tired. It's midnight where I'm at. I'm gonna call it a night. We got a little hour and a half in, and at least I got to explain kind of what happened today. And obviously, I'll be able to be on the sentencing a lot better because it's scheduled. Like it sucks to have missed pretty much half the verdict today. No, yeah, Tracy, he held it together. Uh, he didn't. He wasn't doing any, shaking his head or like he didn't let his frustration show when what went down between his lawyer and the judge today was really, really fire. It was hot, and he kept it together. I bet he was cussing as soon as he got off that camera, though. But they're trying to screw him over. They're trying to backtrack on the 52 months that he signed off on, and they're probably trying to do upward departures. Yeah, and give him more time. They're trying to give him points. Yeah, yeah. John Bryan and Rusty are facing life, and like I said, I got to watch this judge a little bit more. I'll be on top of it now, but that's dirty. That's dirty. Can you imagine? Rusty's 70 years old. Mm. All right, guys. Thank you for coming to Vegas Profile Stories. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. And Tracy, if you sent me your number and you're not busy, uh, I'm free. I can call you right now and we can talk. Take it easy, everybody.